Hey scholars, it's Mrs. Jasnica, and we're back with another Draw With Me challenge. This week we're going to be drawing a panda together. What you'll need for this project is a paper, a pencil, and something to color with like markers, crayons, or colored pencils. Alright, let's go back to the art room. Alright, kindergarten through second grade, we are going to be drawing a panda bear together. So a panda bear is just like a regular bear, but it's got a black and white coat, which means that it's got black and white fur. So to begin, we are going to be drawing with our paper horizontally. That means our paper is going long ways like this, not like this. Now that you have your paper in the correct position, we are going to find the center of the paper. So that is right around here. We want it to be with the same amount of space on each side so that we have enough space to put the head and the body. Now we are going to be using an oval shape for the head, and we're going to be using a U shape for the body. So let's go ahead and begin. Above the center of the paper, so we're going to go right up here, we're going to draw an oval. So I don't want to make it too big. I don't want it to go all the way to the top of the paper because we need to save space for the ears. So I'm going to start right around here. And I'm going to start my oval. Now if making a circle is easier for you, that's fine with me. You can make your panda have an oval head. Or excuse me, a circle head. There we go. So there is my oval shape. And like I said, if you would rather make yours a circle, that's fine. Mine is not a perfect oval, but this is fine with me. Now we're going to be making the panda ears. So panda's ears are kind of round, so they look kind of like little circles right above the head. So what I'm going to do is make what looks like an upside down U or a C shape coming out from the two sides of the top of the head. So just like this, boop, I made a little ear. We don't want it to be humongous, but it can be a little bit bigger than this. This one's actually a pretty small ear. I could make it bigger, but I'll leave it like that for now. Now I'm going to make another ear right over here on this side. And again, I'm just making now an upside down U, or you can say a backward C. So again, I'm just going to go like this. So I just made this kind of shape. See, it looks like an upside down U. All right, let's go back. All right, now that we have the head of our panda bear, we're going to add the details. So we're going to add the nose and the eyes and the mouth. I'm going to begin by drawing two circles for the eyes. And I'm going to draw one over here and one over here. So I'm putting them a little bit under the middle of the oval. You can put them up here if you want, that's okay. So just make sure that you have one under this ear and one under this ear. Oh, that is not a pretty circle. Hold on a minute. Let's do that again. That's a little bit better. My circle is not that nice. But it's always all right to make mistakes in art. So if you do make a mistake, you can just erase it and try again. There we go. All right, now that we have two circles for the eyes, I am gonna add my little eye shine just like I always do. I always add a little circle in the corner like that. And that's just a little eye shine to make my panda bear look cute. This one's not as big, so let me fix it. There we go. All right, now we're going to make the nose. And the nose is going to be super cute because it's going to be a heart shape. So we're going to make right in between the eyes. So here's in between the eyes. We're going to make a little heart. Just like that. Ta-da! So when we make a heart, remember, you can make the letter M like that, and then add a letter V to the bottom. And that is how you make a heart. Okay, so the letter M, and then put a V. Let me do it again. M, V. Ta-da! All right, let's go back to our panda again. And now we're gonna be adding the mouth under this heart nose. So to make the mouth, we're gonna add one stick going down from the nose, and then we're gonna add a W. So just like this, we're gonna add one bump and then two bumps. And that is a W. And actually, this side is not as wide as the other one, so let me fix it. There we go, that's a little bit better. And now our panda has a mouth. Now, panda bears have these black circles around their eyes, so their fur around their eyes is actually black. So I'm actually going to draw two big ovals around his or her eyes, and I'm gonna be coloring these black. Now, of course, this is your drawing, so you can make your shape around the eyes any shape you want. Doesn't have to be an oval. You can make yours a circle. In fact, if you want to, you can make your shapes around the eyes hearts or squares, because this is your drawing. As long as you're drawing a panda with me, the shape around the eyes isn't that important. Now, of course, you can always just follow along with Mrs. Jasnica and do the same thing as me. I am going to draw an oval like this around the eye. And this part's going to be colored black because that's the color of a panda's eye. Well, the outside of the eye. But again, this is your drawing, so when you get to color, you can color it any color you want. And I'm going to do the oval on this side too. There we go. So these are the two circles around the panda's eyes. I noticed this one's a little bit bigger. I'll probably fix it later when I outline. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to go down to the body now, and as I told you guys, we are going to be doing a U shape for the body. So we're going to be starting a little bit under this eye, making a U shape, and then going all the way back up until we're right under the other eye. So let's see, I'm going to start right around here, go like this, and then back up until I get to the other side of the eye. There we go. I did make a mistake, but no big deal. There we go. So here is my panda's body. Now we're going to be doing the hands. Now the hands are going to be different than the way that we normally do them. Normally we make little U shapes, and that's fine if you want to do them like that. I'm going to be making a letter J for the hand. So starting from here, and you can turn your paper if you want to like this, I'm going to be making a J shape going up. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to make a line. Oh, that's not straight, but hold on. Let me fix that. I'm going to make a line, and then I'm going to curve it like I would a J shape. Like that. So his arm is going to be right here. This is his arm. It's right under his head. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, but it's going to be a backwards J. So again, I'm just making a line like that. And now I'm going to curve it up like the letter J. There we go. And those are his two little arms. And you can even put something in his arms if you want to, like maybe he has a cookie in his hands or something. And you can make a little cookie, a circle right there. I'm not gonna do that, but you can if you want. Now let's make his feet. To make the feet, we are gonna be using U shapes. And we're gonna be starting from the side over here, going down and then back up. So from here, down and back up. Now let's do it together. So I'm starting on this side first. I'm gonna be making a line going down and then back up. And now I'm gonna do that over here. I'm gonna go down, 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 and then back up. And now I got my two little feet for my panda bear. Now, of course, you know Mrs. Jasnica likes to do a background, and panda bears love to eat bamboo. That's one of their favorite things to eat. So I am going to draw some grass under our panda bear, and then I'm going to draw sticks coming up that are going to be bamboo, because that is what our little panda bear would eat. So first, let me draw a line going all the way across the paper, which is our horizon line. We always start on one side of the paper, make a straight line or a curvy line if you want, or a bumpy line. We stop and go past whatever we're drawing. So here's my line. It's gonna go through but not draw on top, and then it's gonna come out the other side, and there we go. So there is my horizon line. So this is going to be the grass, and this is going to be the background. Now I can draw the sticks, or as we are calling them, the bamboo sticks. So I'm going to put a couple pictures of bamboo here so that you can see what a bamboo stick looks like. And we're going to draw either straight sticks going up, or we're going to draw them curving off the paper. It's up to you, whatever is easier for you. I'm going to do both examples so that you can see. If you are in kindergarten and you think that this is too difficult, you can still try, but if you can't do it, that's totally fine. You can leave the background the way that it is. It's always good to do a challenge though. So I'm going to do a curved one first. I'm going to start on the horizon line. So this is the horizon line. And I'm going to make a curved line going from the horizon line until I hit the corner of the paper. And now I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to take a little step over here, and I'm going to do it again. Boop. Now I see my stick is getting skinnier as it goes up. That's fine. So now to make it look like bamboo, we're going to add lines. So I'm going to put a line, a straight line, and then I'm going to skip up and put another straight line, and then skip up and put another straight line. So this is what bamboo looks like. It's got little sections, and they're green usually. Sometimes they're brown. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some leaves. So I'm going to add a leaf over here. We've learned how to draw leaves before. If you don't remember, let me show you. So we do one curved line, so it looks like a sad face. And then we do another curved line that looks like a happy face, like this. Now I'm going to do it one more time over here. I'm going to make a happy face line. And then I'm going to do a sad face line. Happy face line, sad face line. Or excuse me, sad face line, happy face line. Now let's do one more time over here. Happy face line, sad face line. Happy face line, sad face line. There we go. So there's our curved bamboo stick. Now let's say you want to try doing a bamboo stick that goes straight. So I'm going to do a straight one over here. This one is going to go from the bottom of the paper, so where the horizon line is, I'm sorry, not the bottom, over here. From the horizon line all the way up to the top of the paper. So you don't have to make it perfectly straight. This is a tree, so trees are not perfectly straight. Now that we have our line going all the way up, we're gonna leave some space and we're gonna do it again. There we go. And now we're gonna add our lines. Just a few lines, doesn't have to be a lot. I did 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, just like I did over here, 3 lines. And now I'm gonna add some leaves on the side of those lines. So here is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then I'm gonna put another one over here. 1, 2. There we go. Perfect. Now, if you are in 1st or 2nd grade, you can add more of these bamboo sticks to make it look even more like a forest of bamboo. If you are in kindergarten, you are finished and you can stop right there. I'm gonna do one more just in case anybody wants to do more. I'm gonna do another stick going straight up, another one on the side of it, some straight lines going across like this, and then some leaves coming out the side. I did one on this side too. And now I'm gonna do more. See, for this one, I'm kind of overlapping, like they're not just on the side. You can make some of them coming from the middle a little bit. They don't all have to be perfect. There we go. And now finally, there we go. I like that a lot. All right, now it is time to outline and color in our picture. Let's get started. Alright, scholars, so here is my finished artwork. I decided to add some texture down here to make it look like there are little blades of grass coming out from the green parts. So you can see I added little lines to look like grass. And then I colored in the bamboo green and I colored the sky blue. Now let's see what you guys did. All right, 3rd through 6th grade, we're going to be drawing a panda bear together. First of all, make sure that your paper is in the vertical position. That means it's going up and down like this, not like this. Now that we have our paper in the correct position, we are going to begin by finding the middle of the paper. So the middle of the paper is right around here, give or take. This is going to separate where we draw the head and the body. We want to leave enough space for the head and the body. Believe it or not, for our cutesy little panda bear, the head is going to be pretty similar to the size of the body. So we're going to have a really, really big head and a kind of small body. So to begin, I'm going to skip from the middle up a bit. So from the middle, probably like about halfway up to the top. We don't want to go too high because then we won't have enough space for the ears. And we're going to draw kind of like a sideways C shape. You can call it an arch. And it's going to go like this. Let me turn my paper. It's easier for me to make this shape when I turn my paper. There we go. So as you see, it looks like a C shape. When I turn it this way, it looks like an arch. This is going to be the top of the head of our panda bear. So we're gonna make the ears above this area. We can make them as big or as small as we want, but before we do that, we're going to make the rest of the head. So what we're going to do is from these 2 points of this arch shape, we're gonna go out a little to make the puffy cheeks and then come in and close it off. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make what looks kind of like a parenthesis shape. So it's like a curved line going from here down to about the middle of the paper. You can see there's a lot of space still down here. So to right about the middle. And now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So I'm making a line that kind of curves inward here. This one didn't curve as much, but that's fine. Now I'm going to connect this line to this line to make a really weird, I don't know what to call it. It's an organic shape, but it's like a mixture between a circle and a square. I don't know. So let me go ahead and close this shape off. Boop. There we go. Not perfect, but good enough for me. All right, now let's go ahead and make the ears. You can make these really, really big, or you can make them tiny. It's up to you. I'm gonna make them kind of small. So I'm gonna make one over here and one over here. And to make that shape, we're just going to make another curved line that sort of looks like an upside down U, or kind of like a C. There we go. And now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Now my ears do not look the same. This one's big and this one's small, so let me see if I can fix that. If your ears are not the same size, that's fine with me, but if it bothers you, now would be the time to fix it. As you know, Miss Jasnica draws very dark, so you can usually see my eraser marks, like here. But that's okay, because when I color it in, the ears are gonna be black anyway, so you won't be able to see those mistakes. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I am going to draw the nose of my panda bear. So I'm gonna go right around the middle here, and I'm gonna put it more down because I feel like when I put everything close to the bottom, it makes whatever I'm drawing look cuter. Hold on, let me erase this. I kind of smudged it. There we go. So to do the nose, I'm gonna make kind of like an oval shape with a point at the bottom. So let me show you what I mean. So an oval, and then it's gonna have this little V at the bottom. And when I color it in, it's all gonna be black, so it doesn't matter that I did it in 2 parts, but it's just an oval with a tiny little V at the bottom. And you'll see that when I color it in, it's gonna all be black anyway. There we go, I erased that. All right, now we're going to make the mouth. And the mouth is pretty simple. From this little V shape that we made over here, we're gonna make a line going down. And now we're going to make 2 bumps that kind of look like the letter W. 1 and 2. There we go. And then just to show that he has a little chin, I'm gonna put a little parentheses shape. So like it kind of looks like a happy face right there. And that's gonna be where his chin is, or like the bottom of his mouth. All right, moving on. I'm gonna give him or her really, really big circle eyes. I am going to make 1 here and 1 here. Now, if you would prefer giving your panda bear different eyes, that's fine with me. If you want to make them ovals or make them small or big, that's up to you. It doesn't have to look exactly like Miss Jasnica's drawing, but if you want to do it along with me, then we are making two circles that are around the same size. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with my circle? Okay, well, I'll have to fix that later because that looks really messed up, but not too worried about it because, again, I'm going to be outlining it anyway. All right, now, finally, a panda bear has black oval looking things around its eyes. Well, the fur around its eyes is black. So I'm going to put kind of like a weird circular slash ovally shape around its eyes. Now this shape doesn't have to look exactly like mine, so it's up to you if you want it to be like a bean shape or an oval, or if you want to, you can make it look like a heart. I'm gonna make mine look like kind of like a bended oval. So I'm gonna start at the top, kind of looks like I'm giving him eyebrows, and I'm gonna curve down past the eye, and then over here, and then up, and then back over. This whole area is going to be black if you are coloring it like a panda bear. If you're not, that's fine. You can make yours any color that you want. Panda bears are usually black and white. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So again, I'm starting with this curved line over the eye. And then I'm going to be coming down, curving back up, and then coming back to where I started. They don't look exactly the same, but panda bears are not exactly perfect anyway, and they're not perfect ovals. They look kind of like a weird bean or something. All right, so as always, I'm going to add shines in the eye. I'm going to make a circle in the corner and another circle in the corner. And then you know what? I'm going to make one at the bottom too, because why not? So I'm going to make two circles on the bottom. And this time, although you don't have to do this if you don't want to, I'm going to make a black circle in the middle, which is going to be the pupil. Because I'm going to be coloring the eyes a different color. They're not going to be black. Only this part is. And if I color the eye black and this black, it's going to look like this whole thing is the panda's eye, which would look kind of weird. So I'm adding these little black pupils. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to the body. So to do the body, I'm going to start by making the paws and the feet, and then I'm going to draw the body around the hands and the feet. So believe it or not, pandas actually have 6 fingers, and they're not really called fingers, they're called digits. But one of them is kind of like our thumb. So I'll show you some pictures. We're gonna start by making a U shape because this isn't a realistic panda, but we are gonna add little digits, as they're called, to make it look like the paw. So we'll do that in just a second. Let's do the other paw first. So I made a U shape, and now I'm gonna make another U shape over here. Those are its 2 hands, or where its paws are going to be. And I'm gonna add little lines on it, 4 lines, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, and then I'm gonna add a little hand or a little thumb coming out right here. And again, they're not called fingers on a panda, but that would be a digit, as it's called. So I made 4 lines, but that makes 5 fingers, and then over here is its thumb, which actually helps it eat bamboo, which is what pandas eat. So I am going to add another little bump over here. You don't have to do the bump if you don't want to, but I think it's cute. And then I'm going to add 4 lines on its hand to make the 5 digits. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And that makes the 5 fingers plus the thumb. Isn't it weird that they have so many digits? All right, let's go on. We're gonna make the paws now. Oh, well, the feet paws. I'm gonna be using an oval shape for this. They're gonna be like kind of like he's sitting down and the feet are pointing to us. So right around where the hand ends, so this edge right here, I'm gonna make the oval. We don't want it too far from the hands or else it's gonna be really hard to draw the body. This is my foot, and then I'm gonna do another one over here by this hand. So I'm trying to keep the feet close to the hand. That way it's easy for me to draw a U shape for the body when we're done. And now the feet have 5 digits. So I'm gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little paw pads. And then 1 big paw pad. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are a little wacky, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna add a big paw pad, like so. So now that we have its hands and its feet, or I guess its arms and its legs, I am gonna add a U shape going from over here down until I hit the leg, and then going over here until I hit the other leg, and then back up until I hit the head. So from here, I'm gonna make a parentheses shape, like that. I'm gonna go from here and make another parentheses shape, like that. And then all we have to do is connect the feet with either a straight line or a curved line. So I'm gonna turn my paper and just put a line connecting the feet. So it kind of looks like a U shape, but the feet are in the way, so you can't see it all. Now, for an extra step, which you don't have to do, you can add a little C shape over here, or a parentheses, to make it look like the tail coming out the side. Now, of course, if this was a real panda, the tail would be somewhere behind it. You wouldn't be able to see it. But because it's a drawing, I can do whatever I want. And I'm gonna draw a little bump over here to make it look like its tail. All right, I'm gonna go back up and just add a detail. I'm gonna add 2 little lines over the eyes to kind of look like eye folds. And now I'm gonna add the horizon line and some bamboo, because as I mentioned previously in this video, pandas eat bamboo, so why not add a little bit to the background to make it look nicer? All right, let's begin by adding the horizon line, which separates the ground from the background. I'm gonna put the horizon line right around here. So remember, the horizon line goes behind whatever we're drawing. So I'm gonna draw a line going like this. And then from here, we're gonna go out. Let's see, I guess it would be right here. There we go. So that is the ground. And now I'm gonna draw a bamboo stick coming up. Maybe I'll draw more than one, actually. In fact, yeah, let's do more than one. So you can either make them go straight up or you can make them curve to the side. I'll show you both ways, and it's up to you which one you do. I'm gonna do this one straight up. So let me put my paper down. And again, this line doesn't have to be perfect. This is a type of tree, so I'm gonna make a stick that goes up, and I'll show you some pictures of bamboo so you can see what it looks like. We're making a line going straight up, and then another one that's going straight down, like that. You can see my lines are not perfect. They don't have to be perfect. And now to make it look like bamboo, we're gonna add some lines. These are going to be pretty straight. You can make them curved if you want to, but they don't have to be. We're going to space them apart. I did 3. You can do 4 or 5, doesn't matter. And now we're going to add some leaves. We've learned how to draw leaves before, but in case you don't remember, you just make a happy face and then put a sad face on top of it. So I'm going to do that a few times. There we go. And I'm going to do this right around where we put the lines. So I'm going to make a line going down, a line coming up, and I'm going to do that again over here. And you can make them coming from the middle too. They don't have to always be on the side. So actually for this one, I'll make one going down like that, and then one coming out like that, and another one on the side. And of course, I'll just erase the lines. Now let's do another one over here, but this time I'm gonna curve it so it's coming off the page. So I'm going to begin by making a line that goes from the horizon line off the page. So I'm gonna go like this. Oh, that curved too much. There we go. I wanted to make it go higher and not just go straight off the page, you know? And now I'm gonna make another line. Oh my gosh, this is a terrible line. Let me fix it. I said they can not be perfect, but my goodness, I don't want it to be terrible. There we go. Now it's a little bit thicker. And now we're gonna add some lines, just like we did over here. And now we're going to add the leaves. So again, you can put them however you want. This time I'm gonna add a little stick coming from here, like that. And now I'm gonna add the leaves there. You don't have to do it like this, of course. You can just add the leaves like we did here. I'm just trying to make more challenges in case you want a challenge. So this time we made a little stick coming out, so it looks like the leaves are growing from this little area. And now I'm gonna do just leaves coming out the side here. There we go. And now I'm gonna make leaves going down over here. Perfect. I don't think I need to add any more, but why not? I'll do one more, right? So because you guys are the older grade levels, I'm sure you don't mind doing extra leaves and extra bamboo. I'm gonna turn my paper and make another line going right over here, straight up. Like this. And the reason I turn my paper is because sometimes it's easier to make lines going toward you than it is to make them going away from you. And now I'm gonna make the rest of my stick right here. If your bamboo stick is not behind your panda bear, of course you're gonna have to draw all the lines, which is fine. And now I'm gonna make some segments like that. And I'm gonna add more leaves. I'm going to put a stick. Where am I gonna do it? Right here. Coming out like that. And then make my leaves coming down from there. I'll just make 2, that's fine. And now I'll make more leaves coming from here. And then more from here. There we go. Now I think this looks very cute. One final detail, I'm gonna add a little bit of grass by just making some little sharp lines here. Kind of like he's sitting on some grass and he has moved the grass to the side by sitting. There we go. And I'll make a couple of other little grassy things over here also. There we go. Now I think we're done. It's time to outline and color in. let's get started. Alright, so here is my finished drawing. As you can see, I chose to make the grass dark green and the bamboo sticks light green with a little bit of medium colored green. If you don't have this many greens, that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to show a little bit of detail. Now for the background, believe it or not, I was using this little Pipsqueak Crayola washable marker and it ran out of ink right away. But the cool thing about using these markers is even if they run out like that, you can color with them on the side. So instead of holding it like this, you hold it sideways and you're able to get ink from the side of the marker instead of from the tip. So that is kind of a cool little trick if you are running out of ink and you really have to figure out how to fill out the whole background, right? Because I couldn't stop once I started with this color. All right, now it's time for me to see what you guys were working on.